In 1922, a family living on an isolated farm in Germany began noticing strange things. Footprints appeared in the snow, leading toward their home. But there were no footprints leading away. They heard footsteps above their heads in the attic. A newspaper appeared inside the house, one no one had bought, and a set of house keys vanished. 6 days later, every member of the family was dead, and what investigators discovered next was even more horrifying. Evidence suggested the killer didn't leave. He stayed inside the house, living among the bodies. The Hinterkaifeck farm sat in rural Bavaria, hidden far from neighboring homes. Living there was the Gruber family: Andreas Gruber, his wife Cecilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, and Victoria's 2 young children, little Cecilia and 2-year-old Josef. To outsiders, they appeared to be an ordinary farming family. But strange events had already begun. Andreas had complained to neighbors that he was hearing footsteps in the attic. When he searched, no one was there. Days before the murders, Andreas discovered strange footprints in the snow. They came from the nearby forest, straight to the farmhouse, but there were no tracks returning. Then, a newspaper appeared inside the home. No one knew where it came from. Soon after, the family's house keys disappeared. The maid, terrified by the strange noises and unexplained events, quit her job. She claimed the house was haunted. A new maid arrived. It was her first day. She would not survive the night. On the evening of March 31st, 1922, something drew members of the family, one by one, into the barn. No one knows what. Perhaps a noise, a cry for help, or someone they trusted. Inside that dark barn, the killer waited, armed with a mattock, a brutal farming tool. One by one, he murdered them. First Andreas, then his wife, then Victoria, and little Cecilia. Hours later, the killer entered the house. The maid was asleep. 2-year-old Josef rested in his crib. Neither escaped. Days passed. No one saw the family. But something strange was happening. Neighbors noticed smoke rising from the chimney. Animals were being fed. Someone was moving around the farm, yet the family never answered the door. When investigators finally arrived, they found the bodies. But they also found signs that someone had remained. Meals had been eaten. The livestock had been cared for. The killer may have stayed on the farm for days, sleeping, eating, living among the dead. Police searched desperately for answers. More than 100 suspects were questioned. Neighbors, travelers, even members of the family's inner circle. But no arrests were made, no confession came, no motive was ever fully proven. Who was the killer? Why did he stay? And how had no one seen him? The mystery only deepened. Some believe the killer had been hiding on the farm, even before the murders, living secretly in the attic, listening, watching, waiting. Perhaps the footsteps Andreas heard were real. Perhaps someone had already entered their home and never left. The Hinterkaifeck farmhouse was demolished years later, but the mystery remains. Who walked out of the forest? Who murdered an entire family? And who stayed behind, inside that silent farmhouse for days, waiting, watching, until it was finally time to disappear? Some mysteries are unsolved, some horrors are real, and some houses never truly become empty.